Hello, so I'm here today at Dorks Music with possibly one of the most exciting bits of saxophone gear to be released this year. This is the new mouthpiece from Backun. There are actually two mouthpieces. There's the TM1 and the TM2. The TM stands for Tim McAllister. If you haven't heard of Tim McAllister, go check him out. He's one of the best sax players in the world at the moment. Absolutely incredible American saxophone player. And these mouthpieces were designed for Tim in combination with Backun. I'm just going to play you a little bit more on this so you can hear how it sounds. Then I'll tell you a bit what I think about them. So, as you can hear, these are a really great classical mouthpiece. They make a brilliant sound. It's a really big, rich, warm sound. I have to say this is probably one of my favourite sounding classical mouthpieces out there. What's interesting from a playing point of view is the feedback you get as you're playing. It feels a bit different to the mouthpiece I usually play on. So, I mean, the other competitors with this mouthpiece are things like the Selma Concept, Van Doren AP3, and we have actually done a video comparing those three mouthpieces as well, so you can hear the direct comparison. So my usual mouthpiece is a Selma Concept, which I absolutely love, and this mouthpiece is very similar in many ways in terms of kind of the sound and everything. But it feels, the feedback you get as a player is just slightly different as you're playing. And it might take a little bit of getting used to. But the trade-off is you get this absolutely massive, really warm, really lovely sound. One of the reasons this mouthpiece is interesting as well is Backun is probably a brand that's not particularly familiar to saxophone players. They've been making amazing clarinets and clarinet mouthpieces for many years. Lots of clarinetists absolutely love their stuff, but this is kind of their first foray into saxophone gear and saxophone mouthpieces. And I have to say it's an incredibly impressive debut. I think a lot of players are going to absolutely love this. It's interesting, Dorks Music kindly lent me this one to take away through a month, so I've been trying this out. And I've also given it to a few other people to try as well, and there's an incredible sax player I work with a lot, and I got him to have a go on this. And interestingly, he found it very similar to me in that when he played it, he wasn't amazingly keen on the feel of it, but listening to him, the sound of it was absolutely amazing. I think it's just one of those things, you've got to try it for yourself, see how it feels to you, see whether you like the sound, whether you like the feel. But it's a really fantastic offering from Backun. I should mention as well, there's the TM1 and the TM2. They're just slightly different tip openings. So the TM1, personally I find it incredibly close. A lot of the American players play on quite narrow tip openings, so that's probably more designed for the American market. The one I've got on here is the TM2, which I find feels very similar to things like the Selma Concept, the Van Doren AP3, and it's the perfect tip opening for me. I'm using the rest of my usual setup, so I've got a Van Doren Blue Box Strength 3 reed on this that works really nicely. So what I'd say is, if you get a chance, come down to Dorks Music, try them out, see how you feel about them, maybe compare them with some others as well, but it's an amazing new offering from Backun. So just to finish, just so you hear the difference, I'll play you a little bit on the TM1 for some variety to finish off.